Life's Games, the podcast, episode 1. Life's a game, so might as well enjoy playing it. I'm here with my friend Genesis Murillo, a friend that I made during my senior high days. We developed a friendship due to us being both into games. He has been playing since 2004 and continues to experience and enjoy games until now. So, the whole idea of this podcast is to explore how games have affected us in our lives. And considering that you've been playing since 2004, I'm also very interested in
Yes.
your perspectives and how you've experienced games on your side. This doesn't have to be a fully formal podcast. Like you can still
Yeah.
talk to me like I'm your friend. So
Okay, sure.
so so
Okay.
a few of my questions starting would be since I already said it, we know that you played at 2004. Were there any
hmm
issues when you played games as a kid?
Back then, when I was a little kid, of course, my father was a bit strict on me
Mm,
when it comes to playing time.
same.
I could remember that I was only limited to 1 hour
Oh my
every
god.
day.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, because developed a severe addiction to like gaming. I was just switching my Game Boy Advance to my PSP every single time. Yeah, one device gets low, but I just charge it and then play the other one.
Mm-hmm.
So
Mm-hmm. That's smart.
yeah, it take a yeah. It take a toll on my eyes.
Yeah, it's been a whole controversy, right? Like kids constantly
Yeah,
staring at screens, it's gonna destroy your eyes. Apparently,
yeah. I mean, it's true.
no. Apparently, did you know that our eyes just degrade? That's how it is. It's
No
a
way.
natural thing. Yeah, it's a natural thing. There still might be truth to the not staring at a screen too much, but it's always gonna be a given
hmm
that our eyes are gonna degrade. There's also some
The
genetics
grade.
there. Yeah.
Yeah, I think part of the eye issue when I was a kid was because of genetics.
Uh
My
huh. Uh huh.
dad has some eye issues and my mom has eye issues as well.
Mm-hmm.
And I think
I think
they
everybody.
solely blame games for that. Yeah.
Yeah. So since my mom has astigmatism and I think farsightedness or close-sightedness, either or, I also have them, but they've slowly
Mhm.
accepted the fact that maybe computers, TVs aren't the ones doing this, and it's just
Yeah.
it's just life. So yeah, that's a very big
Yeah.
issue. This I have the same issues. I only used to be able to play 2 hours, and then there were times when I couldn't play at all because my grades were kind of low for the yeah.
Yeah, yeah. The great thingy.
Yeah,
Very
it's very important. So yeah, that was the issue genuinely.
yes. I think we relate to that.
I think
The short
I'm
playing time.
surprised. I thought I was one of the rare people who were actually restricted from playing. I'm
Nah.
I'm glad I'm glad
I
that
had
I get to find out more about
yeah,
my
we share that same thing.
about my best friend that
I
we
still
actually
remember
share a
that.
lot of things.
Yeah.
So, how did you get to play? Like, yes, you got the Game Boy. What else? What else? And what did you play on them?
Um. Let's see. When I was a kid, my parents. I think 1 year old. I think I was 1 year old.
Mm-hmm.
That they went. Both of my parents went to the states to work. So I was left with a bunch of caretakers, and I got really no one to like be like related to or something. So
Mm-hmm.
my parents decided, yeah, you know what? Let's just buy our son a bunch of games and consoles. So I think I was like in kindergarten or nursery where they bought me the PS1, and I think that's where it all started.
I
I
see.
started with PS1 and then PS2.
Mm,
Yeah.
okay. So it came from like it was a nice pastime to pass the time, but it also it was there because you didn't really have
Yeah,
companionship with anyone else. I see. It's
yeah,
understandable, yeah.
I was yep.
It
Being an only child kind of sucks in that way, but you get to play
yeah.
as long as you want to.
Which is it's kind of a give and take,
Before,
It's like yes, I can play
eh,
whenever I want to, but like
you
dang, I can play whenever
had
I
no
want
one
to.
else to play
Yeah.
with.
I also kind of had that issue since I was an only child until 12, so I didn't really have anyone to play with. What games did you play? What games did you play?
I think, damn it, there were really old games though. On what specific console? Like any
Any
console?
anything,
Like my
anything that
favorite
comes
game?
to mind, the one that's close to your heart.
Man, I played PS2. a lot when I was a kid. So kept saying when I was a kid.
I mean, when
I
you were a
played.
kid, so it's fine. It's fine.
So I played Spider-Man 2 a lot. I wasn't really into competitive gaming
At the
when I was
time,
a toddler.
I see.
Yeah, because I was just like gaming. In my whole family, like I'm the only one who games probably.
Mm-hmm.
So I just enjoy like solo games like where you can explore
I
adventure
see.
like
I see. So.
Pokemon,
Oh,
yeah,
yes.
Spider-Man.
Love Pokemon.
Uh,
I remember you were recommending me Spider-Man games in the past, and and I couldn't play them since I didn't have a PlayStation, any of the consoles. What else? What else?
yeah, yeah. Man, a lot of games. Should I say all the
No,
games I play?
it's gonna take the whole day. It's gonna take the whole day.
uh, okay, see, PSP, I played a lot of Star
Patapon.
Wars, Battlefront. Yeah, I don't know, I think I didn't play Battlefront.
I
It
see.
was because UMDs were expensive and my dad won't let me buy those like memories. Like,
Why didn't you
so I had to
pirate?
like shuffle 5 games
I
there,
see.
like
I
for like
see.
4 years.
Damn.
So,
Did you not get
yeah.
bored or
Deadhead Thread.
anything?
I was a kid, man. I enjoy it.
That's
I like played
true.
Star Wars every single
That's
day.
true. That's actually
So
such a
I
good
didn't
point.
care.
We should
Yeah,
go back to that idea later when we're going
yeah,
through the
where
issues.
it's
I was a
everything.
kid, so I enjoyed everything. All right, let me
Yeah,
just type that down because
just
that's
enjoy
actually
it.
very important. Um, how do you think games have affected you as you grew up,
Hmm, like school wise or
or in general, both positive,
in general.
negative, emotions, mental? I don't know if it affects you physically
Uh,
unless you have a Wii. So,
Say that my Xbox. um, Games have always been like a big part of me. So yeah, being again an only child, so it's the very first thing I go to when I'm feeling lonely or bored, and I just play and try to enjoy my time alone. So
mm-mm.
lonely at once.
Okay. So you'd say that it was your companion. So that's the good thing, right?
Yeah.
It's the good thing.
Yep.
Um,
It's a good thing.
while I was growing up, I constantly
Yeah.
had this idea put onto me by my family where they keep saying you shouldn't keep playing, your grades are gonna die if you keep doing it. Did you also go through that?
Yes. I think that's a very redundant phrase that I hear from my dad too.
Yeah,
So yeah,
yeah, it's like
yeah, I think I relate to that as well.
I think, however, like, and I have to be honest, I feel like games have affected me in both good and bad ways. Yes, it's improved
Oh
me in
yeah,
problem
right.
solving. Sorry.
Yeah. Keep going. I was agreeing with you.
And then I also think, um, I don't know if this affects anyone else. I know it might affect you, but then I also know you're good at other things like artistry, like painting, drawing, since we met at the arts and design track. But I
Yes,
feel
yes.
like me being a gamer since I was a kid, I think it's affected me and
Mhm.
my hobbies. And in all honesty, when I look at myself and I think, what else can I do? And what else do I like doing? I think, I don't think I can do anything else. I think that's the
Wait,
negative
wait. So
part of
you,
it. So it's like,
so you feel like you wasted your time on that instead of like focusing on some other form of
I, I
hobbies?
wouldn't
Is
say
that what you're saying?
I've wasted my time. Partly, I guess, but like it makes me think that maybe I'm maybe I'm too far into gaming that I can't do any other hobby. I can't paint like you. I can't sing like the others. I can't dance, etc., etc. I don't have those hobbies. If you say, "Hey, what about Genesis?" Oh, he's good at playing. He can draw, and then he probably has these other talents underneath, right? That he's built
Shush.
that he's built up from his
Shush.
hobbies. And
Shush.
then when it comes to me, I just think, "Dang, I'm just good at gaming. What else can I do?" Right?
No, I don't think that. I think you just need to
To
like how you
to branch out, to branch out and try other things. But that's the issue.
yeah.
I think that's the issue. I don't want to branch out anymore. I've tried branching out, and then I
Yeah,
tried.
maybe you're not interested in other stuff.
Well,
Yeah.
that's true. But then I think I could tie it back into playing, where I'm just not interested, man. It's just not interesting. And I feel like,
Yeah.
my God, this could be a problem, you know. But this is a light podcast. We'll keep it out of the deep end for now.
Okay,
Um,
okay, let's go.
let's
Let's go
let's
ahead.
let's go far from that. Dangerous, dangerous. So
Sige.
do you think video games turned you violent?
Va-
You know
Good
how
answer,
media is
honestly.
always like, oh, kids are playing Grand Theft Auto or like Dota or like Counter Strike. They become violent
The kids are gonna,
murderers.
they see what they do. I mean, they do what they see.
Yeah. So, what's
I
your
don't.
thought about that kind of idea?
In like for me personally,
Mhm, mhm.
I don't think it made me violent per se, but um, it did teach me some words that I shouldn't have known at a very young age. But violence, like harassing or like trying to copy what those illegal stuffs or like mature stuffs you see on the when you game. I don't think that kids or like teenagers in general would be violent just because of that sole factor.
Mhm, mhm,
That's what I think. I think
mhm,
there's a lot of external stuffs that might influence the kid. It's not the game itself. I think they just use the video games as an outlet. The media use video games as an outlet to like to blame the other
mhm,
stuff. So I
mhm.
think that's what I personally think.
Okay. I mean, I agree with you. Yeah. But as for the bad words comment, I don't know if you can pin it on games since eventually you're gonna learn that in society. Eventually
Yeah,
you're gonna
true,
hear it.
true,
People are gonna say it, or the shows you watch, the things you play, or
true,
whatever
true.
else that you're open to, right? So
Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's
I don't think that's something that can be blamed on games purely. And again, to whoever listens to this, we're not psychologists. We're not we're we're not
just game.
anything for this. So these are just our ideas. These aren't professional, but this is what we think. I also agree with you. I don't think games turn kids violent. I'm pretty sure I was an aggressive kid with or without games. Okay, I've never been in a fight ever. Okay, I've never been in a fight.
Same,
I've
same.
never. Well, I might have
We.
punched someone, but like, okay, no, no. It was a
Maybe.
punch like it was a play thing. I didn't punch as in like a fight. No, I haven't done that. So it's like I don't think games have made me violent. I think I was just an aggressive kid. I still kind of am, but I've toned
Yeah.
it down. But games don't. I don't think games do that. So, I think yeah, games don't turn kids violent. It's like you said, it's a combination of different aspects. Maybe games can be a part of those aspects, but they can't be blamed fully for it.
Yes, yes, I agree with that.
Yeah, because you have your
That's how I
family,
see
you
it.
have friends, they're supposed to tell you what's right and wrong, and then because as a kid when I watched and played things that were horribly violent for my age, like The Simpsons, like Grand Theft Auto, my mom would always say, "Don't do that. That's not a good thing.
Yeah.
It's only fictional and it's only fine because it's fictional. If you do it in the
Yeah,
real
yeah, I
world,
think
it's bad."
yeah, I think parental guidance plays a huge factor when it comes to this type of yeah.
Exactly. Parental guidance is a very important thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, okay. Looking forward, are you looking forward to any new technology in gaming?
Of course.
Like
I'm
what?
waiting for AR.
Like Sao?
Yeah. Well, not really so, but I want AR, man. I've been waiting for it like since I was a wee little boy.
A wee little boy. I see.
Yeah, I could just imagine like sorry. I could just imagine a my bad. Sensor. I could
Mhm.
just imagine like a room where it just like it simulates what a gaming world looks like, and you just
Okay,
live in
so
it.
VR but further, even more.
Yes,
All right, so context for the
I want so.
person who's gonna listen to this, whoever's gonna listen to this. Sao is an anime that Sword Art Online, SAO for short, is an anime that brings you into another world, basically a gaming world. VR is virtual reality. It's putting a set of glasses on, kind of like glasses that kind of also brings you into another world, but just your eyes. You don't feel anything. You don't smell, taste anything. Augmented reality is actually kind of transferring your whole body into the gaming world.
Yeah,
And
it's very active.
yeah, so where you taste, feel, smell more than just what you can see, which is what VR does for us now. Yeah, I'm very interested in how technology affects gaming in the future. VR is crazy, man. VR is crazy.
Yeah, that's true.
It's like,
Wait, I have a question for you though.
uh-huh,
Would
uh-huh.
you like be scared like when I mean eventually maybe in the far future when the technology becomes so advanced and all the games become AR, would you be scared that you would miss the keyboard, the
Oh, that's a
monitors,
good
the
question.
mouse?
The analog, the analog. I see.
Yeah.
Okay, that's a good question. I genuinely don't know. I've never thought about that. That's actually such a good
It's a whole
question.
new experience. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a really good question. Most likely, yes, because me as a person, I kind of like variety. I don't like spamming something. If you haven't noticed, I play Dota for like a
I know.
month, and then after a month I play Warframe again, and then after a month I
That's so
play
you.
Apex. It's like I can't stick to one. So yeah, most likely I would miss it. Would you?
Mhm. I sure would miss it, but a new experience would always be a welcome one for me.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
yeah.
So what do you think? Do you think you'd be like AR 90% of the times, and then you'd go back to the keyboard mouse maybe 10% of the time, or what do you think it would be?
And just like that, maybe I'd go deep into the
AR.
AR and then just go back to keyboard for the nostalgia purposes,
I
probably.
see. Okay. That was a very good question. That made me think. Thank you, thank you. That was a good question. Um, will you let your kids play? Very important. Are you gonna teach your kids how to play?
Very much. So yeah,
Uh-huh,
I
uh-huh.
already said my story about me just playing alone a lot of the times when I was a
Mm-hmm.
kid. So I don't want my baby boys and girls to experience that. So I'd be their gaming buddy, to be honest.
Mm-hmm.
If
Oh,
I have the time,
that's
I would be
sweet.
their gaming
That's
buddy.
actually so sweet. That's great. Yeah. Oh, that's sweet, man. Okay. So I agree. I'm teaching my kids to play for sure. Uh, what
Awesome.
if though? What if they're not into
Mhm.
playing?
Oh. Yeah, well, if I introduce them to gaming and they don't enjoy it, it hurts me, but I won't force them.
But it's gonna break your heart a bit, just a little
Yeah, it's
bit.
gonna break my
You're gonna hear the crack.
heart. It will make an audible crack. It
I
will hurt,
see.
but what they want. It's like my mom won't like let me play games, so I don't want
You don't want to do
to.
that, but then you also don't want
Yeah,
them to like waste the whole day with that, right? It's like
yeah, true,
you
true.
can play,
I
but
teach them.
add a little bit of productivity. Yeah, I could see that. Yeah. Ah, this is a big one because this I can relate to this so much. Is your passion for playing dying?
Hmm. Let me look back to my recent experiences. Hmm.
Like, are there days where you wake up and you think, I don't want to play.
It is just
I'm bored. Games suck. That kind of thing.
I I think I do feel burnouts now and then when I play play competitively, that is. But when it comes to like my passion for like single player games where I just enjoy the
Mhm.
sceneries
Mhm.
and like enjoy the aesthetics of the game, the video, the character design, all those because all those stuffs because me being an like a a progressing artist, I appreciate all those stuffs and I don't think my passion for those stuffs and related to gaming would die any sooner. So
Mhm.
I'd say no, but I do feel burnouts now and then when I play competitively.
I see. I see. I can
How about
kind
you?
of. I don't know, man. It's like I know what made games interesting for me in the past was their mystic aspect. Like, holy crud, you can drive a car. You can go through
Oh,
the whole
I see.
city. But then
Those experiences.
as you grow older and older, well, as I grew older and older, I started seeing and understanding how games are made, and it just becomes so
Ah.
similar. Everything becomes this. It gets put down to the basics where this quest is just, oh, I just have to get that thing and bring it back. I have to kill
Nah.
those enemies and then I'll come back. It's like, I don't know. I see the smoke. I see through the smoke and mirrors now. I can
The
see.
magic died.
Yeah, the magic died. I can see through the illusions now, where everything
Yeah,
I'm
I
doing
think.
is basically the same thing. It's just got a different coat of paint. Like if you imagine
Yeah,
it,
I see your point.
riding a horse in The Witcher is basically kind of like just riding a car, right? Just
Yeah.
differently colored, differently painted. That's like that's how I view things now. So it's very rare for me to enjoy games, single player games specifically. That's why I've been
Mhm.
delving into like competitive games.
So we're like two
So
sides of the same coin.
yeah, so we're pretty opposite on that. But if you do enjoy gaming, and since you're an artistic person, I really recommend Red Dead Redemption 2. I swear to God, man, that game is a
Yeah, I want
masterpiece.
to play. I want to play that
Thank
game
you,
too, but
Jen. That's three sensors. Okay, okay, continue,
it's so
continue.
hard to dodge, isn't it? Okay. Like I've been waiting to play Red Dead Redemption 2, but I don't have the money to do so.
I
That's
see. I mean, you
the
could
hard trip of
you could
history, man.
get it through
What?
through
Oh,
through
oh that,
illegal
oh that,
yeah,
that,
yeah.
that place, huh?
You didn't hear it from me. You didn't hear it from me. That's for
Okay,
sure.
okay. No, no Amos in here. Okay.
All right. Few more questions and then podcast's gonna be done. Could you imagine your life without gaming? Oh, that question. Oh my
Oh,
God.
my, who would I be right now
Yeah, exactly. Who
if I
would
didn't
I?
game?
That's such a thought-provoking question. It's such a good question. It's like,
Would I
who
be a
would I
millionaire right
be?
now? No,
Would I
I
still be
think,
like this? You know?
yeah, I think, yeah, without gaming, my life would be very different by now. I would assume, for better or for worse, probably. But in any life I choose, like if I get to be reborn the other day, I would still choose gaming probably. So I can't imagine my life without it.
That's true. That's a here for me. Yeah. I could probably imagine my life without gaming. It might be a bit more healthy, I
Mhm.
think, if I didn't have gaming in my life. I really
I
feel
mean,
like it would be.
a
But
lot of good sleeps. I think
a lot of
would
good
do us
what?
good. Good sleep.
Yeah, a lot of good sleep, that's for sure. Oh, the amount of, oh, remember the times we'd spend 24 hours at an internet cafe? Yeah, a lot of good sleep.
But
But I don't know. If I didn't become somebody who plays games, I don't think I'd have you as a friend. I don't think a lot of my
yeah,
relationships and friendships, well,
would be
relationships,
totally different.
yeah, it would be totally different. I'd be a very different person, but then that is a big aspect of me. So I can imagine it. I just don't like it.
Didn't want to.
Yeah.
I see.
Do you
That's a
have,
good point.
do you
I
have
could
an,
imagine it, but I don't want to.
yeah, exactly. You can. There's probably an
Yeah.
alternate timeline in the multiverse of madness that you're not a gamer. But like, do you really want to do you want that after you've been what? You've spent what? 16,
Like,
18 years into playing?
nah, that's impossible.
Yeah. So, okay. Do you have any regrets about getting into gaming?
Yeah, I think for sure I have a lot of regrets.
Okay. All right.
Especially when I got into competitive gaming. Like some part of my humanity like
Every single time you get
got
into a
picked
match, you're just
off.
like, why am I playing this
Like,
game, man?
yeah, man, why did I even play in the first place? Like, why did I even start a
Yeah.
match? Yeah, I think there's a lot of stuff that
Yeah.
go into my mind when I game. But you know,
I
wait,
have
me
those.
too.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
It's like I jump into a game of Apex, and the moment I touch down on the ground, I'm just thinking, why did I even boot this
Why did I
game up,
even
man?
bother?
Why did I even bother? This I could have spent this hour better in something else.
Yeah.
But in a bigger sense, in a more life-changing sense, do you regret getting into gaming?
mm, it's nah, no. Just the answer, no. No,
Same.
I can't think of anything.
Yeah. I think I have regrets, but not enough to make me stop. I regret the
Nice.
things that I might be missing, might have missed. But like, what could I have missed if I did not go into gaming too, you know? What could I have missed if I
Mhm.
wasn't a gamer? So I'm pretty grateful about this timeline, this specific timeline where I'm living in. So, yeah, there are regrets, just not enough to make me depressed, I guess, most of
That's
the
a really good
time.
answer.
So,
Good answer.
if there if there is there anything else you wanna say?
What do you want me to give an inspirational
No,
quote?
no, no, just a closing remark. Anything that you wanna say, like about games or
um,
something. If not, then we can just.
I can try. Cut out lang.
All right.
But yeah. Gaming. I
Gaming.
love.
I'm keeping this in. Okay. All right. So that's nothing from you.
Yeah, I
All
can't
right.
see anything.
I appreciate you. I appreciate you
Yeah.
dedicating like 40 minutes of your time for this.
Yeah.
Really appreciate it. We should play again. So
Yeah.
to recap, games aren't really bad. They're not mindless agents that ruin a child's mind. With
Mhm.
like we talked about, with proper handling from guardians, from parents, from people around them, games can be a supplement to learning. I learned a lot from gaming, and
Yep, that's
like I've learned English. I've learned puzzle solving. I've learned reflexes. It's like if I didn't play games, I wouldn't have those. So I don't think games are the bad guys, like some pieces of media portray it, because it can also provide people an outlet for, any of their other talents. Artists, writers, singers, anything. It can be where one lets emotions run free and explore how to cope with these specific emotions. It's just that you don't have to let it become too much because that's when it becomes toxic. And we need to learn the balance between healthy escapism and unhealthy escapism. And it's just great how gaming has affected both of our lives, Genesis and I's. And yeah, that's it. Thank you again for hopping in and listening to us go on about our lives and how gaming is not an issue. When handled well, alright? I hope you take the time to listen to our other episodes. I hope we've enlightened you today, even just for a bit. Life's a game, so might as well enjoy playing it. This has been Life's Games, the podcast. Okay, okay, okay. You start na ako recording. I-appeal na nako.